Hi everyone, Susie here from Minnesota, and I garden in a zone 4B, and I'm taking you on a weekly tour. It is the beginning of August, so I consider this midsummer. We had a storm Sunday night come through that dropped about 2 inches of rain, and then Monday night, I think it's called a derecho, came through. Really bad storm, 70-mile-an-hour winds at least. West, so my front yard was a mess. Trees toppled. You'll hear chainsaws have been going since Monday night. We're so saturated here that trees have just toppled over, completely uprooted. Huge tree fell on my grandma's house, so it's taken a lot of cleanup. The roads are a mess, so everybody's great. It's safe, but holy cow. So yeah, that I don't know, but that storm dropped also at least another 2 inches. But all in all, things are looking really good here. A lot of cleanup. I'm tired of storm cleanup. But bobos look fantastic. They were flattened but popped back up. I'm surprised this tree pulled through. I love this tree, but it is a little weak. I'll just walk under my little area here. So yes, so the ground here is wet, like in some areas, sludge wet. I did have a pine, hopefully I show you, that I was just browned, and then some plants are loving it. Sun Kings, the Rallias look great, really great. I would say they're about 5 feet tall. Black lace elderberry, I think, looks really great there. I love that form. So right now I've just been just clean up. Balloon flowers look great. Bees are already out. Early morning, it's going to be windy. The mini Mauvette hydrangea here, those are some sturdy stems. Extremely sturdy. Because behind that's Annabelle, have it staked up, and that's still flopped. I do have some roses that are blooming here still. Princess Alexandra of Kent. I did remove, I think, 3 of them. They were looking tough, and then I went with some more just hydrangeas. These were whipped around, so I have to get in there and figure that out. That is a beautiful day, Lily. I love that. These Bonica roses should be more magnificent, but they're still pulling through. This heuchera is gorgeous. I think that might be Gertrude Jekyll, or I forget what other one I had there. I did remove a lot. That's Limelight, that's still standing. I did trim up a lot of the hostas here. I did leave some that were really pretty. This is Firelight Tidbit. I had moved this earlier in the season here, so I'm surprised it's doing as good as it is. Likes the spot because where I had it, it didn't do anything. I'm wondering, this is the blue butterfly pea. And it is blooming. I think that looks pretty nice, and they're very simple. I did harvest one potato just to see, or one potato plant right here just to see how it is. It did pretty good. A few small ones, some really nice big ones. But I'm just waiting for the other ones just to develop a little bit more. Just trying to see. This bounced back up. This was flattened. And let's appreciate this container. Can't wait to save those corms again. So some of these are really pretty. And the shorter ones I really like. There are some I need to get to, but if today's going to be windy, it's going to be a good day just to keep those bugs away. This one is just gorgeous. This little arch here was leaning, so I was just hoping I didn't break any of the clematis there. That's Henry. So everything was just, it was a very, very strong west wind. It sounded like a train coming through. I had, knowing that this intense storm was coming, I took down everything, like this huge fern here and hanging baskets, and just tucked them all together in the back patio area. Thank goodness I did that. It was almost 2 weeks when I mowed. I had to mow high, so the lawn looks like it could be mowed again. First thing I did is to come out, make sure this tree was still standing, because when we had a snowstorm last year at the end of October, this entire tree was bent over, like the top was touching the ground. But it's got much of a thicker base right now, so that one looks really good. Elderberry looks great. I love this. I do have a little gap down here that I can plant something. I was thinking a juga, but it doesn't have a whole lot of room to, it's a ground cover, so I like giving ground covers space to grow. The petunias are still, these smell so good too. Just started from seed 2 years ago. So I've got that one. Phlox is looking beautiful, tall garden phlox. The tiger swallowtails are really loving this. It's early morning. I doubt if you're going to see any butterflies. Then another self-seeded one from 2 years ago. So yeah, so I took these baskets down. They're so heavy on their own anyway. And then, but they are tied to the fence here too, but I just didn't want to take any chances. I am loving the Sun Kings in the containers. Any perennial you see in containers are going to stay there. and shrubs too. And if they come back, they come back. If they don't, they don't. Sometimes I luck out and sometimes I don't. These are the ones I want to get in and trim, but if I walk in there, all the mosquitoes just fly up. This canna is looking really good. I will dig those up and store them, just not the way that I stored the begonias. Nosferatu, I really like this daylily. It's just loaded, but it is really messy. You'll see it even drops that stain on here when it's going over. This got blown over from the storm, but it's still standing, not completely flopped. Again, that's in a container too, and I'll leave it. I have a feeling that one will be fine. I've had sedum that have just been, I completely forgot about them in the season, dug them up, and they just sat there, not even in the ground, over winter and fine. Alliums are all going to be blooming here shortly. This one is starting to open up. And this is turtle head in here. My bench is covered up. There is a Rainbow's End hosta in here that I would like to move because it's gorgeous and it's being hidden. Yeah, I would say my squash is doing really good, and gourds. I had to stake a lot of the peppers. The storm just pushed them forward. This one's doing really, I think this is, oh, this is a cayenne. That's right. So not sure how oh, okay, cool. I've seen some fruit forming, like right there. A lot of male flowers and then not many female. If you want butterflies in your garden, I suggest planting this. This is the most amazing plant. I think they flock to this. This is the first one they go to, and it's just absolutely fun to watch. This is Adriatum, however you want to say it, Monarch Magic. So it's just gorgeous and such a low maintenance plant. And I don't know, I feel like if I can find this plant, if I feel like planting in these baskets around, well, maybe not. I'm really liking how the squash is working. But this is so gorgeous. This is just Malabar spinach. So this is edible, but I think it's such a gorgeous vine with those purple, red vines. It's beautiful, but it is going all over. Yeah, like this pepper plant was just, I'm gonna let it grow like that. It seems happy. I have more over here. Yeah, and I did move all of the hanging, especially this one. I do have that support in there by another stake, but oh, I'll see if I can do a video when the butterflies are just unbelievable. So this is where the pine here, I think it's a white pine mini twist, and it was starting to brown a little bit. I thought, okay, maybe it's just a little, it was really hot here for a few days and maybe it's just acclimating. And then I came out and was completely brown. There was a little green left, but so I just went with the Hakanaklo grass. These perennials, there was a lot that I just always like to see if there's sales at $5. I'm like, they had a lot of $5 perennials. I took a good amount because that is cheap. Others are $16.99. This is incredible. I moved my lavender over here. Again, these are Millennium. Allium's not quite colored up. Let's see here. So this whole area had the Verbena Bampton, and with that storm, it just laid it over. And so I got rid of it because mowing lawn sucks when you have to do that. But I did leave some. So I don't think it's bad. At least it just, I was debating if I want to do it anyway, so the storm helped me make that decision. But then I can get to my path. Let's see how much. Okay. I just always have to keep an eye on time. I had these starts in the back. These are just a winter squash acorn. So we'll see what happens. I have about 2 months left, and then I did put some radishes. The huge goal this year is never have any bare soil. And that was my goal for myself, just because sometimes I get so wrapped up in my flower beds that the vegetables just take a back seat, and I don't want that. But look, doesn't this look glorious? Princess Kate, clematis, just beautiful. I'm trying to figure out why it's all on this side, because this is the north side of the plant. And I don't have any on the south side. You would think that that would be different. Carrots are doing okay. Some are flowering. We've been cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. Okay, not cold, but nice, hot, nice, hot. But I did pull some, and they're about 8 inches long, but they're splitting. So is that a moisture thing? I have to look it up. Oh. That's huge. How? Like, I check them every day, and they're all about that big, and then you get a big one in there. This zucchini is so good. So it is semi-vining, which I didn't realize that till I wrote the package. That's okay. But yeah, with the carrots, I'm tempted to just pull them all out before, because if they're split, they're gonna start rotting. There's a lot of clematis on here. One of them is wilting. I don't know. Pink mink is notorious for wilting. Does it every year. Viticella looks beautiful. This, I don't understand why a great big piece broke off from here. Not that this is a free plant anyway. Avant-garde clematis. Fine. Well, I have grasshoppers. Look at that. This is so dainty. Looks great this year. The one I planted back here, look how high it's grown. So this is liking it. And then I had more of the grass here. There was this bare spot. The Hakanakloa macra. Macra does really good in my climate. So, and then I've been working back here. I've got creeping bellflower. So I just raked it all into a pile. I will be getting rid of that, and that's not going in my compost bin. And then I'm just gonna take cardboard, put it around the plants, and see what happens. I've had really good luck getting not completely rid of creeping Jenny that way, but for the most part, 95% of it is taken care of. Coral berries are, oh, look. It's so dainty. This is quick grower. I love the 9 Barks Tiny Wine, but it is now arching over, so now I'm thinking I might just have to, I don't like mowing and having plants in the way if I can help it. I don't want to widen anymore either. I could cut that. A piece died off in here, but honestly, I don't think you'd really even know it. Hey, there's a bee on it. Nice. It'll be a beautiful day for deadheading back here. All of these are spent. This is all turtle head except for the willow in here. I do love coming back here when the bugs aren't eating me alive. Oh, I had a hummingbird, shoot. Yeah, the hummingbirds and the monarchs have been amazing. This Baptisia, it's funny. For the season that we had with the no snow cover, lost a few plants, took its toll on a lot. Potatoes look horrible. But I have a lot of self-seeded plants that I've never had before. Oh, I did sow some beets in here, and they are coming up. Cucumbers are amazing. I have 3 different varieties. This hydrangea is gorgeous. Look at that. I forget what this one's called. I'll have to look it up on my tours. Corn, I just have to get in here and weed. Look how that is already probably 1.5 feet tall. I'm just growing it for the stalks, not the corn. If I get corn, great. If not, but you can see this is loaded with, I have little tiny cucumbers. I must have gotten a pickling one and then one that's for eating. Just, I can eat it right out of the garden. Smooth skin, very thin skin, and then a really long one. I'm trying to see if there's any, yeah, like this. Very smooth. Probably shouldn't do that. Beans are great. I'm just happy it stood up to those winds. I did move some eggplant over here. Tomatoes, I lost a bunch of branches. Still doing okay. I have kohlrabi amongst bunching onions, so we'll see what like I said, no bare ground. That's what I'm going for. I just have to show you this tomato truss. Like, have you, this whole thing is one. Again, it's on, this is the north side of the plant. Why is there more on the north than on the south? I've got a little tomato arch going on. I have to get in here and deadhead the sunflower before the bees come out. Which I gotta get that done sooner or later. I think this is Sunfinity. They're just seeds I started. Love that one. I mean, it's a lot of deadheading, but it's so worth it. There's just one plant in there. This is a phlox. It has no name because I did not plant this color. I think the bees just were going crazy and created some new varieties. I just heard a noise over here. This rose is beautiful and glowing. I might come a different way. I did trim this rose a lot. Spent 2 days burning here. There's just that much debris. So I'll show you this arch. It's really leaning. And this is the phlox that I planted. I think it's like the candy store coral cream drop, something like that. It is mildew. I never get mildew on this. I say that now, but we could powdery mildew, but oh, it smells so beautiful. It's very tall. Normally this phlox is probably only 3 feet, but I would say this is pushing 4 feet here. But yeah, doesn't this just glow? Like, this is more of a fuchsia one back there. I'm sure this is quick fire since it's already pinking up. Like I said, we've been cooler and then hot, cooler, but beautiful. This Veronica is splayed out. I'd like to trim it up, but it's got all new blooms forming. And this is also a different variety. I did not plant this. Like, the bees just created a new variety for me. I love it. I love this. Look at that. Is so pretty. And if they created it between that coral color one and David, both of them are very mildew resistant. I can walk in here. This bobblehead is I'm actually really liking it a lot. They're huge, prolific, and I'm sending out new blooms. I don't think I've ever had an allium do that, but it is really big. It's probably 3.5 feet tall. With the rain we had, that just creates more lush growth. So, oh, double red, oh so easy rose. This I cut down to the base, and beautiful, perfect spot for it. I do have another coral berry here. The rabbits do munch on this, so that's why it's a little bit smaller, but it's I've moved that so many times, but it's in the wrong spot because it will outgrow that. Just being mindful where I step here. Let's see. I have another eggplant here. Look. David phlox. I love it being over here because the scent is amazing. I'm surprised it didn't flop anymore with this rain. The osteospermum, I feel, they're nice, but they go in and out of bloom. So I love this view. There's a lot of views I like. I love my shade gardens too. Wee White still looks fantastic. Just self-seeded Limon Talinum. I like that a lot. Can you see my arch? How it was really leaning in. The ground is so wet that it's dug in, so that's why I really trimmed it. Not much I can do. Even if I were to get some rebar and put it in there, the weight of that would still pull that rebar. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. Maybe just let nature take its course, and if it goes, it goes. If it stays, it stays. This is the pine that I rescued, so I just potted it up. You can see there's some green in there, some just, it's in rehab. It's a very expensive pine, so I'm not giving up on it. It'll take a bit. Let's see. Agastache over here, Agastache. I love it. I know it's in a weird spot, but I don't know. If it's gonna love it there, it can love it there. Isn't this beautiful? I'm surprised that these didn't take it more than what they didn't. You wouldn't even know. I love Pinky Winky. And that one's just starting, and then this is, so, wow. I figured these would be all toppled over. I mean, there's some, but those are weaker branches down there anyway. And then compost I had in bags got wet, so I'm just letting it dry. Beautiful. So I don't have this in the wheelbarrow just because of that. But that's another begonia that I saved the corm. That's gorgeous. I just love walking up this way. I have a branch I have to try and get down. And that's just self-seeded Agastache. Agastache, I don't know. And then now I can walk through here, and I love this. It's like a little picture frame right here. All right, so hopefully you enjoyed. Bye for now.